Hello everyone, we're starting with the webinar on the topic 10 major mistakes that men are doing when connecting with women. So first of all, I would like to introduce you to our team. My name is Igor Earthchild and I'm giving workshops for men. I'm a men's coach. And we have also Ignat, who is taking care of our marketing side and making some magic to make it look good and beautiful. We also have some filmmakers like Franz, who is making our ads, and some people who are helping us with YouTube. So I want to thank all the team for making it happen for us. I just came out of the woods where we had men's course out in the field, so I had a long way to get here and to meet you all guys for this presentation. We stayed for the whole weekend in the woods and we had death camp for men only, where we could share our greatest fears and really release all sorts of negative emotions to make space for more love and compassion in life. So for me it's a great honor to be on that path and work with such incredible men, and my mission is to help other men to reach their full awareness and be successful in relationships. This way we bring more love into this world, we bring more happiness into relationships, and I also see that there's a lot of confidence that men require in order to have good communication and relationships in general. And that's why I wanted to make this introduction to the course that we're doing for men, which is called Super Lover. In that course we teach men how to overcome fear, how to prolong your love life, how to last in bed longer, and different techniques how to be a better lover in relationships. So it's a month-long training where we go through the details and help men to discover their full potential and teach all sorts of tantric approaches how to be more connected to your body, connected to your partner, get out of your mind, and more connected to your heart as well. And in this webinar I want to give some tips on how to become a better better companion, better partner in communication, and understand women better, because one of the challenges that I used to face was talking to women. I used to be afraid of women. I was very shy, and for me it was a huge challenge to overcome the fear to talk to women freely. And that's why I started to learn these skills, and I dived into Tantra, and I did a lot of research on that topic, how to read the body language, how to understand what are the main obstacles when we approach women. And I really found out that this is not a rocket science, which is a good news, because I thought somehow you gotta be born with it. You have to have those skills in order to, be natural. And it looks very natural when you talk to women. And I was thinking that, okay, this is something that you gotta have skills, you gotta be talented, and you're probably born with it. But guess what? By learning these different techniques and visiting different schools and reading books, I found out that actually it's not a rocket science. It's more of knowing yourself and paying attention. You see, very often when we talk to other sex, for example, we're too much focused in our head. Okay, how should I do this? How should I say this or that? But instead, you can see, is she struggling with it as well? And how is she triggered by things you talk about? And when you start noticing her reactions, you actually get to know her better, and you can become so good that you can really make yourself attractive. Because one of the most attractive thing for women is actually emotional intelligence, and we will talk about this more in this webinar. But before, I just want to give you a little heads up that in just 5 days I'm gonna have a month-long live training, online training with men, where we go through step by step. Each day I will be giving out exercises so that throughout the whole month you will be learning and diving into the world of Tantra, yoga, and lovemaking in a very deep way, so that you can really find the core principles, how to become better in lovemaking, how to interact with woman in such a way that she will be just blown away, and you also find a way to connect to your body in completely new way. So I've been on that path since 2011, and this has been with me throughout those years. I've been learning from different teachers and traveling the world to find out those secrets, and now I'm glad to share them with you. So check out my website, superlover.me, and sign up for the course. We have 14 days money back guarantee. If you in the middle of the course you feel like, okay, this is not for me, I'm not interested anymore, then it's fine. You can just leave, and you'll get your money back. So this is our opportunity, and the special price will be by the end of this webinar. I will have a special offer for all the participants who are here with us today. So stay tuned, and I will be talking about general issues, general mistakes that men do with women, but I want you also to take part in this conversation and ask questions and bring out those issues that you're facing when it comes to talking to women, and leave them in the chat, and we will have time to discuss your personal issues. You can ask questions, and I'll be happy to guide you through it. I've been working with all sorts of men. My previous career, I used to work for 8 years in military, and throughout this career as an officer, I used to work with men in huge numbers. Like, I had troops of 90, 120 men, and it was my daily job to give orders, to guide them, to work on their personal issues, and do all that work on a daily basis for 8 years. And that was like a psychologist or like a parent role for me. Like, those young boys, they were obsessed with their issues, and mostly raised by women, and they didn't have a father figure. So it was a good way for me to learn how to help men, how to teach them, and how to guide them through their life. So I've been doing it now for years, and there are lots of things that I can help you with. So stay tuned, and ask questions and take part in this conversation. So it won't be only me talking, but I would strongly recommend you to leave some questions in the chat, or if you want to talk directly, we can turn on your camera and let you speak. Okay? So, and as I said, at the end we will have a special offer for my upcoming course, superlover.me. Yes, as I said, back in high school I was a really shy guy. I never had a girlfriend, I couldn't approach women or girls, and it was really a struggle for me how to find a common ground. So I started to learn a lot about women's behavior patterns, and I read a lot of books, and I worked a lot with women. I'm also a Tantra massage therapist, and women come to me, and now I have daily clients. I work on their sexuality, and I see the problem that they're facing. And very often what I see is women are frustrated because they don't get the right approach. You see, the issue is we as men, we don't know how to approach women, how to treat them right. And that causes a frustration. And funny enough, but I started working with men just because women were asking me, can you help me find a man like you? Can you help men to become more like you or know those things that you know? And this encouraged me to go on that path and start working with men to really empower them and then share them with the world and show them to those women, like, here's the guy, he knows the shit. And this way I've been spreading the word. I've been helping dozens of men around the world, and now I'm working on this online training where I can really reach the broad variety of men all across the globe, to help them to be more confident in relationships, to be more present with their lover, to be more skillful when it comes to touch or intimacy or orgasms. I can teach all that. I've seen women having 15 different orgasms, and there's so many ways how you can make your girlfriend happy. How can you make your partner happy? How can you make her scream? I mean, this is really a game changer for you right there. So stay tuned and stick around, and we will go forward with some myths about women. Myths related to women. How to we see what kind of mistakes we do as men most of the time because of our thinking. We have this idea, we have this vision how it should work, how a relationship should work, how women should react. But it's not always, well, logical for us, because women's logic is so very much different from men's logic. And that's what we're going to find out. So I'm going to talk about 10 common myths that men think, or we tend to think, that are actually wrong. For example, very often we think that love flows by itself. Imagine you go into a relationship and well, you get married. So what do? Most of men are going into this comfort zone. They, this pattern where a man, as soon as there's a ring on his finger, he takes a remote and he sits on the couch and he's basically done. Or he's more focused on his other hobbies or activities, or he's totally into work. And we tend to think that, okay, I'm in love, she loves me, I don't have to worry about it anymore. And then what happens is we lose control of our relationship, we don't give enough attention to it, and it starts to fade out. And that's so common mistake that I see men are doing constantly. when they hope that the relationship will just flow by itself. But we actually need to invest attention into it. And I give you a simple example on that. Imagine you have a company and you make yourself your private business, and then you just leave it there and you wait for customers to come. You invested into buying a company, you have your product, and then you just sit and wait for customers to start sending you money. Eventually you end up in bankruptcy. This business won't grow. The problem is you don't invest enough time into it. And which is normal that once you have a business, you start working on it. You start to put a lot of attention into this. You invest your attention into your business. The same way you should invest your attention into your relationship. Put your attention into it. See how can you surprise your girlfriend? How can you come up with plans and be creative? And this way you will keep your relationship fresh. That's a key element right there. The second myth that we have when it comes to relationships is, as I said before, to be a great lover, you have to be born with it. That's what I used to think. I used to think that I have to have those skills since I was born to know how to approach women. But you see, the problem is women or men are very much different. And you have to understand that we have to learn some of the principles, how women think, how do women interact. And this way we need to find the same language that we speak. As soon as you find the same language with women, it becomes so much easier to talk to them. And it becomes easier for them to understand you and share things with you that you wouldn't ever believe they're willing to share with you. This is incredible. But somehow we think that those guys who know how to talk to women, they're natural. And this is a gift that they got with the breast milk. Instead, you can focus on learning those skills, how to read your partner and how to talk her language. Once you learn that, it becomes so much easier for you to talk. And you don't have to have those skills since you're born. You can learn them as I did. I learned those skills when I was very shy with women, and it was hard for me to find a partner. And my strategy was always to be that cool guy who would women approach. Instead, me going after them, I was hoping that they would come to me. That was my strategy for decades. Until I realized that's not an efficient way to do that. So instead, I went out and started to talk to them and picking the right women into my life who I wanted to meet, who I wanted to interact with. If you have any questions, just write them in the chat and we can have discussion on that. I hope that was clear. So the next myth that I very often see is we tend to think that the problem is in the way we look. For example, you might think that you're not attractive enough to find the right girl. And this is very common, that we used to think that it's all about the look. It's all about the physical outlook, about how we look, how we dress up and how successful we are. But the interesting thing is, there's a saying that men love with their eyes and women love with their ears. So you see, the point is, we as men, we tend to focus mostly on the look. For us, this is the most important thing, how the woman looks. But for women, it's actually something else. They're more focused how much they can talk to you, how interesting you are, how successful you are in life in general, how much do you have a vision in your life, what is valuable for you, what your interests are. And one of the key things that women are looking for is how much are you intelligent in the emotions. So how much you can talk about different emotional issues between you and your partner, how much you can see her pain and understand what is triggering that. So these kind of things will make you attractive to women even more than your look. Your look, the way you look, comes after that. Your intelligence, how broad is your view on world, how many things you know, how can you talk about different topics. This is very often much more valuable than just the look. Because even a nice guy with a pretty face, if he's dumb or boring, women will treat him as a toy, and they will not build up long relationships on these kind of things. I see some people have joined our conversation, and there are even some women. Hello Bella, hello Yannick and Sven. Happy you can join us. And we will continue with the myths that we have for relationships between men and women. First myth was that love flows by itself. The second one was that in order to be a great lover and be a good in communications with women, you got to be born with it. It's a natural thing. And the third one was that you need to be very attractive to attract the right women. The next one that I want to talk about is, and that's very common in our society, in Western world, that women are interested only in men who have a lot of money. So you have to be wealthy to get the woman of your dreams. Why do we have such a belief? Because money has become our number one tool to measure success. Even though there are much more valuable things in our lives. We can be successful in other things, like in parenting, for example. We can be great parents for our kids, or we can be creators. We have beautiful art, or we have some interesting hobbies that makes us unique and fascinating. Money can be very boring. People with money can be boring as well, and they have their own issues. Sometimes people who have a lot of money, they're too busy making it. They spend most of the time in following investment stocks or working on their companies and spending time nights and days in the office. They're too busy. Even though they have a lot of money, they're too busy making it. Or people with a lot of money can become very picky, and they can it can be an issue in relationships when they don't trust if woman approaches them because of their wealth or because of their look, so, or because of real love. So very often actually money can be an obstacle, not something that will help you to find the right partner, but would rather be an obstacle in it. And if you actually look at nowadays women, they're very successful themselves. It's not that they're looking for a man who can take care of them. Not anymore. Instead, women are looking for someone to share their life with, someone who is interesting. And they can hire a plumber, they can hire someone who would fix their car. That's not a problem. They can pay their bills. They're not looking for someone who would take care of their bills. They are looking for someone who would take care of their happy, who would make them happy, who would take care of their fulfillment, satisfaction. These are the key elements that we as men can achieve and share that with women. And that's so much more important than just have a big bank account. I hope you follow me. The next one, and this is an interesting topic. The next myth is not all women are supposed to have orgasms. I meet a lot of women in my therapy. As a Tantra massage therapist, my daily job is very intimate. And that's why I see women struggling with having orgasms. And there are different reasons to that. And I also have noticed that many men think, okay, well, women are not supposed to have orgasms, or maybe there's something wrong with them, or it's just a normal thing that some women do have and some don't. Well, my experience shows that actually every woman can have orgasm. It's more the matter of skills that men are lacking to give the right pleasure, to give the right attention. And also there is a problem with relaxation. Women need to relax to get orgasm. And they can relax only when they are with a man who they can trust. So it's interesting. First, you need to build trust, and then you can go into pleasure with your partner. And very often we as men, we are too hurry into lovemaking or making up, and we forget to learn the right skills how to give pleasure. And that's something that I'm teaching on my course, Super Lover. So my statement is that every woman can have pleasure. That's why it's up to you to learn how to give it to her. It sounds like a challenge. You can actually learn how to become a good in bed, and how to give pleasure so that she would never forget it. The next myth that I want to talk about is more related to men than women. And the myth is that a man has to be hard all the time. Well, the thing is that we as men, we are taught to perform all the time. And when it comes to sex, we think that we have to have erection for the sex to happen. And once we lose erection, all of a sudden it becomes shameful, we feel bad, and we think we are doing something wrong. And we feel awkward with women when we lose erection. So, but this is a natural thing. You can lose erection during an intercourse, and that's okay too. And you can still continue play with a woman by using your fingers, your tongue, doing massage, because women are very sensual all over the body. It's not only about penetration when it comes to sex. Sex can be very different and can change its form. But when we are too much focused on our lingam, on penetration, then once we lose erection, it's like a game over. Well, instead of trying to please other all the time, instead of being in this performance mode, actually those moments are good for you to receive also. So you don't have to perform all the time. Maybe those are the moments when you can let your partner to pleasure you, for example. And this is a key element to energy exchange. When energy can flow between two bodies, you need to have both receptive mode and giving mode, yin and yang. When you know how to receive and you know how to give, the energy can flow freely, and you and both of you can dive into this journey. Even without ejaculation, even without erection, even without having a hard-on all the time. So these are the things that we go through on our Super Lover course on superlover.me, which starts already in 5 days. If you have any questions, I'm happy to receive them in the chat. If not, we will continue with the next myth, which is women always want to be in control. That's an interesting one, because we see a lot of women who are in power. We have women who are running big companies, we have women who are running big countries, we have women in top management. They always need to give orders, control, and be in power. And it becomes obvious to us that, okay, women are taking care of all that, and we as men can just follow. Well, somehow this tendency is a bit out of balance, and this is not the right thing to be. And I'm okay if women are in charge on their positions at work, which is completely fine. But deeply in their heart, they actually want to be loved, and they also want to be guided. And they want to surrender into yin energy, into receptive mode, where they don't have to decide, control, and make decisions all the time. You see, when a woman can relax into following instead of leading, if there is a leader in the room, a man who can take responsibility, a woman can go deeper into her femininity, because feminine way is the following way. The masculine way is the leading way. That's the way it is in our world. And that's a natural thing. I'm not saying that women cannot lead. Of course they can. But sometimes they need someone to take care of them as well. And this helps them to get more connected to their feminine side. Because I see a lot of women nowadays, also in my therapy room, where from this leadership they become very stiff, they become very masculine. They decide things and they take control, and then they push and they do those masculine trainings. And for them it's very hard to relax, very hard to go into this feminine, soft state. And that creates suffering. They're not happy with it. And they're looking for men who can take the lead instead of them. And they would gladly just follow that. So keep that in mind. That's a very interesting thing. Let's see if we have any questions in our chat. The next topic I want to talk about when it comes to relationships and dating women is we as men tend to think that we have to be friendly for women to like us. So, and that's an interesting paradox. By being friendly, somehow we don't create attraction from women. If we think that being friendly shows that we care and that we want to have something more than just being friends, for women this is a wrong signal. They're looking for someone who is more confident, who can pay attention to them, but also be in his own power. By being friendly, what happens is you're giving away your power. You become soft. When a man becomes soft, woman loses attraction towards him. That's how it works. We become soft when we give energy away. We give our power away. Hi honey, what would you like to do? I would be happy to do anything with you, just to be with you, and I'm so kind, and I want all the best to you. And this, we become sleazy in a way, which makes us unattractive to women. And that's a paradox, and that's a big mistake that most of men do. Instead, I invite you to be in your power, to be very confident when you go out with someone, to stay in control, to stay in your power, to lead. Okay, let's go there, and let's meet over there, and come on with me. You're very strict, and you say things out so that she can follow you, and you don't become so like super friendly to her, because it becomes sleazy, and women actually don't like that. I hope you get the point here. I will talk about it more in our Super Lover course. You can check it out there. But that's a good hint for you right now to be more in your power. Don't give your power away, and this way you attract women into your life who would appreciate you the way you are. If you want to learn more about this, I recommend you to watch a movie which is called Desperado. It's a classical movie made by Quentin Tarantino, and I know there's a lot of shooting in this movie, but if you skip the shooting part and just watch those scenes when they meet with this girl, oh my god, this is pure Tantra. These are the men that we miss in our society. This pure masculinity, the focus and confidence, super confident. Check that out. I really recommend you to watch that movie. Another one, and that's something that is an interesting topic, which says men actually don't need a foreplay. You see, we always tend to think that men are always ready to have sex, right? Like, we need to have foreplay to turn her on, to make woman hot, and then we can have an intercourse, right? But actually, men also need to have a good foreplay. And that's something that is crucial for us as men to have a longer love life. And I'll explain to you why. I talk about this more in my course, but I want to give you a hint. How does this thing work? First of all, we see a lot of men suffering from premature ejaculation. And that's a very common issue. Men, they last for 5 minutes and 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then the intercourse is over. Which is a big issue for many men and also women. Women are suffering from that because they don't get satisfied in a short intercourse. That's why I built this course where I teach men how to move from 5 minutes to 5 hours of intercourse. You see, you can prolong your love life, your love making from 5 minutes to 5 hours, non-stop. And one of the key elements to reach that is to have a full body massage. When a man receives a full body massage in the beginning, before the lovemaking, as a foreplay, the whole body gets activated. And this way, the whole body becomes sexual. So now, when you go into lovemaking, you feel this intercourse with your whole body, instead of just having your arousal in your groin. Now, when the sexual energy moves all across your body, your sexual container becomes bigger. So more of the energy can fill into your bigger container. And that's why you don't feel pressure, so much pressure in your groin. You don't feel so much pressure in your lingam, which urges you to come. Instead, you can feel the intercourse with your whole body, and you can fill your body with sexual energy. And to fill your whole body, it takes so much more time than just 5 minutes. So this is basically pure physics, right? And that's how you make your love life longer. And that's an easy trick to remember. So use foreplay to prolong your love life. And the last thing that I want to share with men as a myth that many men think. Before that, I want to say that by the end of these myths, we will talk about the course, Super Lover course, and I have a special discount for you today. But let me talk about the last myth first. The myth that I want to talk about in the end is we as men think that we are all alone in this. There is nowhere to go to find help. And more men are actually waking up and they reach out to get help. And I'm coaching men to help them to become better lovers, better fathers, have better relationships. And it really helps them to move forward. But majority of men, I would say 99% of men, they're all alone with this. And these are the topics that are not easy to discuss with your friends, not with your parents. You can't talk about it. No one teaches it in school. And it feels lonely on this path. So, but there is help. And I encourage you to ask for help. Ask for guidance. There are men out there who are teaching these things. I am one of them, but probably there are others in your area who you can talk to find a way how to become more successful in your relationships, have more skills in your love life, and have more clarity in your direction, in your goal. So these are the things that very easy to reach when someone is guiding you. And I encourage men to go out there and find those coaches, find those therapists to learn and discover their own potential and learn how to interact with women. I'm one of them. You can talk to me. I do one-on-one coaching and I do online trainings, and I also do festivals and special camps and retreats for men and for couples. But there are probably others as well who can help you with that. So these are the main topics that I wanted to discuss with you today. And as I said before, on 19th of May, in 5 days, I will have an online training which lasts for 1 month. And the format will be where we talk on webinars like this with the group of men, where I will be giving you daily exercises and talk about the issues related to sexuality and giving you hints from Tantra, Taoism, and different lineages of teachings that I have combined into one complete training for men only. So today I'm giving it away for a special price. It costs $2.99 for 1 month, and if you use a code 222 on my website superlover.me, you get it for $222. So this is my discount for today. I can leave it in chat, but it's easy to remember. It's 222, and by using this code you can get a discount for this training. The training starts in 5 days and lasts for 1 month. If this course is not for you, I give money back in 14 days, so you can always cancel that. But now, when you come to this live training, this is something that will be very personal. All those men who will be in that group will help us to create this course. Afterwards, it will be more on autopilot, but until then, this is going to be a chance for you to learn together with me. And I really recommend you to try it out and see for yourself. So check out the website superlover.me and use the code 222. The discount will be valid until the end of Monday, tomorrow, midnight. Until midnight you can use that code and get your access for only $222. And this is a course that's going to be your investment for your whole life. That's something that you will be able to use until the rest of your life. There's going to be 15 different massage practices. Most of them are unique, that are created by me and my partner Bella. Then There are 14 topics on sexuality, your personal sexuality and women's sexuality. And plus there are some bonuses. There are exercises for couples to play with. And we will be discussing all those things related to your love life and relationships. So check out superlover.me and try it out and see for yourself. Let me see if there are any questions. Thank you, Amram, for participating, and I'm happy that you want to help your friend. If anyone else feels that you would like to share it with your friends, leave your emails into the chat now, and I will send you the link of recording of this webinar, and you can share it with people, with your friends, because you see, as men, I see the biggest shift for men is going from competition into brotherhood. Instead of fighting for women, we should support each other along the way, and this way we all gonna win. This is a win-win-win for all of us. We need to be strong men and support and share that love and share that knowledge to have more love and more peace in this world. Less war, less violence, less competition, more partnership, more friendship, and more brotherhood. I see Sven has sent, thank you Sven for your email. I will send you the recording. Do you have any other questions before we end our meeting today? We have 4 minutes left. So Sven is asking what time and dates these live trainings take place. We start on May 19th, which is now it's even 4 days. And there's going to be 6 live meetings throughout that course when we have webinars like this. And there's going to be daily exercises from May 19th till June 19th. You will have daily practices, massage techniques, lectures, videos, everything to get you going, get you in the new phase where you really can move forward and make this quantum leap in your relationships, in your confidence, and become like a magnet to women. That's how it works. This is not a course where I teach pickup lines. Instead, I give you tools that you get so empowered, women will be drawn to you just by nature. Instead of trying to hook them up, you become more yourself. You become confident in what you do, and you attract women through that. So check out superlover.me, and there is a long video that you can watch about this whole course, and you can join me there. I would love you guys to come and